we're going to try something simple, not a big emotion. It's going to be really easy. Don't worry. Okay. Why do we have all this tension in our bodies? Your nervous system gets good at what it practices. And one of the things that it practices is the tensions of our emotions. Emotion is more than tension, but tension is a part of emotion. And as we know from our somatics practice, the brain is good at learning tension patterns and holding us in them. I propose even that we're stuck in the echoes of our emotions. That's what we're stuck in. What I'd like to show you today is how to pandiculate an emotion. We're going to look at the tension aspect of it, and we're going to try something simple, not a big emotion. It's going to be really easy, don't worry. But I use this to go really, really deep, the deepest emotions of long ago embarrassments and disappointments and the sadnesses and the angers and all these things. You can go really, really deep with this. Take your somatics deeper. Most people are just going through these movements. No, we're looking deep and brave. We're going courageously. When you're just not in the heat of the situation, when you are just lying in bed in the middle of the night, this is the one to do. And I was doing it this morning, and I thought, okay, I got to share this with you. How to pandiculate an emotion. You're going to be able to be in any position, and I find that, like, if you think that you're going to deal with some anger, maybe you'd lie on your tummy so you could tighten up your back, and you could do sort of some pushing the tummy down into the floor. And if it's going to be sad, it's okay. We might want to curl up just a little bit, maybe, to find that. If it helps you find it. But a lot of our emotions are just really stuck little frozennesses of holdings deep, deep, deep in the body. And we're going to turn some of those tensions on, and we're going to let those tensions relax. So here's what I invite you to do. Get in a comfortable position, just lying down. I really like the position. I call it the 44 position. It's knee up. And I'm not sure the microphone's going to work real well. Yeah, the knee is out to the side like an outrigger. The elbow's out to the side like an outrigger. And here we are. We've got this. We're pandiculating an emotion. Close your eyes for a moment, or just be with yourself and think, in the last couple of days, when is some time that you lost your cool? When were you not the person you wanted to be? Maybe it's frustration or resistance. Maybe it's your resistance to something. When were you in stress? Just go. It doesn't have to be the biggest thing in the world. It could be just a little annoyance. That person sort of bugs me when they do that. Or, boy, man, the traffic is just too intense today. Or, whatever it is, overwhelmed in some way. Whatever, one of your signature emotions, something that you've been in a lot, is very familiar. We're just going to find something, okay? Do you have something? We're good? And that's the emotion we're going to pandiculate today. It's like you're an actor. You're about to go on stage, and your role is to play a person in that emotion. So, could you begin to run the story and run the script and put yourself, imagine being back in that situation and sort of kindle that feeling in yourself, okay? And as you go into it, just go deeper and deeper and really rev it up and really work yourself into that emotion as best you can. Begin to look right there. What place hardens? What place grabs you and holds you in the tensions of that emotion? What are the tensions? Just look at that. Are those places connected? Is it a few isolated spots? Is it a hardening? How do you harden? And then, once you see that, just begin to let it go. Your imagination turned it on. Can you Just begin to let that go. Can you soften? Just softening. How does it disappear? What places, if you're really, really just surrender to gravity and rest there on the bed or mat or chair, whatever you're in, how do you just let that go and let that be gone? Now that isn't so bad, is it? Okay, so we're going to just do it a few more times, a little bit more precision, a little bit more care in what we're doing. But let's look at, how much do you have to rev up your imagination to put yourself in that emotion? So again, we're going into that same emotion, the same story, the same situation, and it's familiar to you. You're super good at running this one. You're good at it, and we're going into it. How do you pull against the mat to really find it? How do you move your body just a little bit to indulge and really tighten up that place? Go deep and feel it fully into that emotion. Just be in it. Yeah, that's it. And hold it and find your breathing. Find a little place to breathe. Where do you breathe when you're just really steeped in it? Just be there with it and let it out little by little. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Go slow. Slow it down. Slow it down. What are all the places? How do you relax out of that? Is it less and less? How does the breathing get easier? Less and less and less and less. Coming out of that signature emotion, just being really soft, relaxed. Look, is there a residue of it? Is it gone? When you relax out of those tensions, we don't want to be stuck in just a dumb habit of our brain, this low part of our brain holding us in these tensions of our emotions. So the gentle breath in again. And then just how does the breath move? How do you sink into it? This morning I was looking at embarrassment. And I'm like, oh man, I can feel it. I can go into it. Go into your emotion. Just really, just rev it up, and pull, and close that place. Close that place. How does the head pull into the body? What does the neck do? What does everything do? Be totally in that emotion, okay? And let it out. If your hands are tightening, start to relax the hands. Start to relax the feet. Keep holding the torso. Just hold the torso. Let the extremities go. Hold the torso. Look at where is your breathing restricted. How do you tighten up and limit your breathing space? Then slowly, slowly, slowly start to come out of that. How does the torso soften onto the mat, onto the bed, onto the chair? Less and less. And when you're almost out of it, go back into a gentle haze of that emotion. What is the haze of it? It's a gentle. Just go into you're just feeling it a little bit. There you go. Find your breathing now. And very carefully relax out of that. Just gentle, 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 slow, 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 little by little. Let it out in little steps. If I felt it just sort of drop away, I'm going to go back into it. I'm going to reverse into the contraction a little bit, just a little bit. And try not to let it slip away. Don't let it slip away from you little by little, softer and softer and softer. All right. Last one is a little different. And also, when you're doing this, it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying don't feel your emotions. Definitely not. We want to experience the full range of life, but that's what I encourage you to do. But we don't want to be stuck in something. So right here, as you go into it again, don't even think the story. Forget the story of it. Just go into that emotion. You know how to turn it on. You're the source of the experience of your emotions. It's these muscles tightening up, and that's a lot of what we're feeling. Okay? If you're watching a sad movie, look at how your body tightens up when you're really starting to feel sad. And just go into it a little bit. Where is your body just really good at tightening? What are the somatics? movements that you have to do a lot of. It's just always coming back to that tension. Those are the tensions of the deep emotions. And coming out of that, just look at how do you hold it? How do you hold it? And then coming out of it slow. Take your time. Take your time. That place that's still on, even pause right here. What's still on? And let that out a little bit. A little bit. One of my teachers said it's not really about the emotions. And that's not true. It's all the emotions. That's what we're stuck in. We're stuck in the echoes of our emotions. I'm just going into it a little bit more. Just that tension. I know my body likes to run it. And I don't want to be stuck in it today. I want that out of me. I want to know that don't have to be the victim of these habits of the emotions. Can you have some time out of it? Can you give your system a rest? Can you let go of the anger? Can you let go of the sadness? Can you be soft? Can you be relaxed? Can you create that and treat yourself to the experience? You deserve it. There you go. Just be with yourself now. And see if you can try that out sometime. Try it out and let me know how that goes. Let me know if you can find that. But even the next few minutes, as you reflect upon yourself, how does that feel to not be in the echo of it so much? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be a little more free. That's what this is all about. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. I'm Eric Cooper, InspireSomatics.com. Blessings on your journey.